And that's his third straight frame in this semi-final. He now has a commanding 6-3 lead. So Mark Selby breaks off in the second frame of the deciding session of this second semi-final here in Darching. He's in a strong position now, 6-3 up. He needs 3 more frames.
Sit down quickly,
and Stuart
please.
Bingham has plenty to do. He had a good chance, had a couple
You have to go.
in that first frame.
There's some latecomers coming in, I think, or our referee Amber has just asking people to sit down quickly. Yeah, but again, you know, it's one frame at a time, isn't it, Phil, from this position, obviously. But if you can get to that interval, even at 7-5, wouldn't be too bad.
But Selby, unquestionably the dominant player. Since he lost the first 2, he's won 6 out of the next 7.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to get involved in a battle, doesn't he? He wants to try and get this out the way quickly, so he's got as much time to rest before tomorrow's final, if he, if he comes through. Ding's waiting. He's having a day off today, chilling out, bit of practice. Might have a little bit what's going on, watch what's going on in the semi. So, you know, Mark would like to get this out the way quickly if he can. I'm not saying that Stuart's out of this, by no means, but if then Mark gets the next frame, when, well, he's right up against it.
Just to warn you ahead of time, it's an early start tomorrow with the clock changes. Our final gets underway at 6 o'clock UK time, that's 7 o'clock Central European time, for the first 9 frames of a possible 19 for the title. So first you have to adjust your clock and then you have to set your alarm, otherwise you could be disappointed.
Hawkeye's view. He's just trying to clip off the pack here. Done that. Well, he's done it. The green. Well, he has done. He's left one on, but it's not an easy pot. I'm not sure if Stuart can see the one nearest to the corner pocket. Well, he can't. He can pot the one in front of it, but that's risky as well. Well, he's left the one near the black spot. And Mark could, well, could take this on and just come off the pack down for the blue. He doesn't tend to refuse these. And he's got a bit to do at the moment. Don't think he can hold for the black. We'll be looking to get onto the blue or one of the book colours.
One.
A little bit unlucky to see the cue ball finish there as we watch the replay. Just limits the sort of shot choice from the blue.
He looks in the mood though, doesn't he, today, Selby? Even when he felt 2-0 behind and potted just one ball in those first 2 frames, he never looked anything other than relaxed and confident about the task in hand.
Yes, and he's looking to push on, isn't he, Phil? Like I said, he'd like, if he can win, obviously he's looking to win, but he wants to win comfortably, so he gives himself enough time for tomorrow. That would be the plan. But he knows how good Stuart Bingham is, and he knows that if he opens the door to him, he'll definitely come back at him.
This is missable. Right in the heart of the pocket.
Four.
Spotted a bit of dust on the object ball, so yeah, Verhaas giving it a polish. Chasing his 9th ranking title this weekend, Mark Selby. Stuart Bingham after his 4th. Were he to win this weekend, that will put him level in the all-time list with John Parrott, 1 behind Jimmy White. Stephen Hendry, of course, still leading the way by quite a margin. 36 ranking titles, incredible achievement. O'Sullivan, Higgins and Steve Davis all tied on 28.
5.
I wonder if that tally of 36 will ever be beaten. Well, there are no shortage of opportunities, Mike, to win these titles now because there's so many of them.
Absolutely. And you look at Michael Holt, who's done well this week as well, and he lost to Stuart yesterday, and you know, the disappointment losing the quarterfinals, but of course he's involved in the Invitational next week, so you know, something to look forward to just about nearly every week now with the calendar so full. And I don't think Mr. Hearn has finished yet. So you know, they're hopping off one plane and shut onto another one. Yeah, must keep one foot on the floor at all times. Nicely played.
12.
I'll tell you what, I don't know, the manufacturers of this cloth, Jones UK and all that, I don't know where they've got this cloth from, Phil, but it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? The table was recovered yesterday for the semi-finals, well, day before, sorry, and it's just been so fast and very responsive. The tables have played beautiful.
Even by modern day standards, conditions have been lightning. That was a very delicate touch, wasn't it, by Selby to retain position.
Yeah. And not so much the bed, I just think sometimes when you recover the cushions it can soften them a little bit, but they're still as responsive as they have been all week.
19.
And there's been no complaints from the players with the playing conditions, so the fitters have done a marvellous job to put these tables together. Played really well. The best I've seen for some time.
And already this is beginning to look a little ominous for Stuart Bingham. Selby sorting these reds out
25.
very nicely at the moment.
Noticeable as well that his tempo around the table has just slowed slightly, giving himself some thinking time. He wants to make this opportunity count. And you've got to feel, Phil, if it goes to 7 and then it goes to 8, can't really see Stuart coming back from there.
$32. 33. $39. $40. You stop now.
Yeah, perhaps having to constantly remind some members of the audience
46.
to stop moving around or stop using phones or
Yeah.
their cameras.
Yeah, I think there was a couple of chatting away there while Mark was on the pink.
46 points in front, but a clear opportunity here for Selby to make it 7-3. And that would be his
47.
7th frame out of 8.
$53. Sorry, Mark. Sit still, sit still. $54. Thank you. 61. $62. Black.
Frame ball. And this has been immaculate from Selby. He's not looked like making a mistake.
Yeah, not put a foot wrong.
Thank you.
One snooker
69.
required at the moment, but there must be serious doubt as to whether Bingham's going to get the chance to play for them.
Doubt it.
70.
The first frame of this final session felt oh so important, and Bingham had his chances, couldn't score heavily enough. And now Mark Selby with his second 60-plus break on the resumption is going to be within 2 of victory.
Thank you. 77.
Well, talking about Stuart making centuries up to 300, Mark can make one here.
78.
He has had one today as well, the first session, so he's up to 433. Roll reversal for the pink and black. That took the pressure off Jan.
85.
Put it on the spot now. Well, that man's got a lot to think about and a lot to do.
86.
Well, he's got the awkward one out of the way.
Mentioned earlier that Bingham has joined the 300 club today, but the 400 club is a very exclusive one. Just 7 players have made 400 centuries or more.
92.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, an incredible 829.
Well, the question is still there. Will he go past the 1,000 mark? I think if he keeps playing for the next 2 or 3 years, I think he will.
93.
And this has been as impressive a performance from Selby as I've seen this season. He really has looked razor sharp. Very eager for a 9th ranking title. There's another century break to add to the roster. It's going to take something quite extraordinary for Bingham to turn this around. An even 100 from Mark Selby. What a start he's made on the resumption to this semi-final, and he's now won 7 out of 8 frames for a 7-3 lead.